Welcome to Libations and Lost Saves. We are happy to be back after a month off. And I am drinking a classic Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. I'll probably have a few of these this hour-ish that we're gonna go. Because I'm excited about what we got for you. We got Steve and Rod here going to anchor the news in about 2 seconds. Art is going to have a very lively roundtable discussion, or we're going to talk about the games that everybody's playing now. We're going to talk about the news this week that dropped, with whether it be State of Play or whether it be Nintendo's, what is it called? Well, you know. And popular games that, interestingly enough, you have no desire to play. So we're going to see what the panel thinks about all that. And I'm going to drink beer in the process. And I hope y'all have a good time. And I'll see you during the wrap. Cheers.
Yo, hey, what's going on, Rod?
What up? What up? I think our fabulous producer almost forgot my name. Did you notice that little pause there? I did notice that little pause. Like you just read off the little
just
word
little
there.
Bit. And who do we have here? Oh,
Big
That's
brother
fair.
watching. Big brother watching.
Yeah, don't always watch him, but that is fucked up.
Yeah. Everybody watching, you go back and you look at that, see him pause. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. All right. So yeah, we had a month off, and we have some stuff going on. You know, we have a couple topics for you today, and then of course we're gonna have a big old what just happened yesterday segment. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. So we're gonna start off with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's coming back. So it continues. So Modern Warfare 2 is going to be launching their multiplayer beta in just a couple days. So the multiplayer beta will be open to everybody, even if you didn't pre-order, and on all available platforms. So they're kind of, rolling it out for a little bit of everyone, but at the same time, there's a few things you need to know before we get there. So first off, PlayStation users are going to get first dibs, and the people who pre-order are going to receive early access. So for those who pre-ordered for PlayStation are going to get access on September 16th, followed by all PlayStation users on September 18th. Next up will be those who pre-ordered on all the other platforms, and you're going to get that September 22nd. And then last but not least, everyone's going to get their chance to take a look on September 24th. So this is all going to be wrapping up on September 26th. Until then, everybody's going to have to wait until the release on October 28th, unless you pre-order and get the early access to the campaign on the 20th, which I think is just for PlayStation only pre-orders. But, with that, happy shooting, everyone. So I know you brought that up before. You getting pretty excited for this. Is this something you're pre-ordering or just kind of waiting? Yeah.
I'm a gamer in the PlayStation world, son. Already ordered, already downloaded, already set. Did the settings and stuff today. It's just I gotta wait for the kickoff time on Friday. I will be in there busting caps in Modern Warfare 2. I don't even know when I get back to Warzone, because I'll probably play this all the way through until you can't play it anymore. And then they have Warzone 2 coming out later anyway. So I'm psyched. You're happy. Set. I'm pumped. I'm ready to rock and roll. I don't know if I sound excited or not. I'm just saying.
No. Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. No, I got to say, it is pretty cool that you actually don't have to pre-order or buy anything. I mean, granted, you get a weekend of access, but as long as you can download it anywhere, then you get to at least get like a little bit of insight on it. So that's something I can appreciate. It's a different way of going about it, instead of there's some other ones you have to like sign up, maybe you get chosen, maybe you get a code, or maybe they just say you can go fuck yourself, pound sand until it comes out, and then you get to play after spending however much money.
Yeah, you can pre-order with the PlayStation edition. There's two different ones you can actually pre-order. You can pre-order the base one, the $69.99 and everything, which I just went ahead and got that, and I had like $20 I won the PlayStation card, so it knocked it down a little bit. Or you can get the 99 one, and that actually has other stuff with it. So that has like, I think maybe some skins or a gun. It has some other stuff. It's like, you have like 3 things on one, and the other one's like a list of 9. So you can actually, if you want to kick up, and right now, because I did pre-order the other one, they do tell you if you want to go to the other one, it's just another $15, $20, whatever the difference is. So they give you a chance to adjust it if you want. But you get the 4 and the 5 edition off of it as well. So you get the cross bundle. So, yeah. So kick ass on 2 different systems if you want.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal. That's actually that's pretty nice of them to do.
Yeah,
good job. All right. Speaking of cost of things, Ubisoft. It was only just a matter of time, but Ubisoft CEO recently announced that they will be increasing the price for their AAA titles to $70. Now, if you already have like the newest gen console, that's nothing out of the ordinary, but they held out for quite a little bit. You know, most major companies jumped on board the $70 train since the release of the consoles. So it really comes as no surprise. So if you don't really want to spend that kind of money, you could just wait for a physical copy to go on sale. Go buy used. That's if you have a physical copy system. If you got digital only, well, fuck you, you're spending $70 anyway.
Comes with the territory.
It really does. But then again, also, it might be a little biased, but it's Ubisoft, so what do you really?
Yeah, you might want to wait and see.
Yeah, maybe some Assassin's Creed if you're like well deep into that series, and if they start doing some other things, but it's Ubisoft.
It's kind of interesting you mentioned Assassin's Creed though, because on PlayStation, with the packages they have now, with the digital, the base, and then you get the extra and the premium. On they just released like 6 of the Assassin's Creed games out there on the PlayStation, and they've got another one coming out next week. So I'm like, I don't know how are they losing money because people don't have to buy them because you're already part of it. I don't know how they're pricing out for these developers or whatever, how they're doing it. But I'm thinking if I ran a business, I'd be like, wait a minute, I'm only getting a slice of the pizza now when I used to get 4 slices. Like, what is going on?
Exactly. I'm hungry. Come on. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
They're becoming Amazon, damn it.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get my preparation H through fucking Ubisoft now. That's not gonna be right. They're gonna cut some corners there.
Squeezing the little man. Not like you're thinking squeezing the little man.
Okay. All right. Two hands.
Hands up. Put your hands in the air. Yeah.
If you're not playing with yourself.
Look, Ron, no hand. No.
Yeah, exactly. I call this the advanced no. I'm just go check out my OnlyFans. I'll tell you, you'll see everything about it.
That's a whole new work to stick.
Yeah. All right. Not a whole lot of other news stories we're going to go into because we got a lot to cover when it comes to all of the presentations we saw yesterday. So we're going to start off with the OG Nintendo. They were here first, so let's give it to them first. So I was a little surprised that it was a 45-minute Nintendo Direct presentation, which I'm not complaining about, but we did get to see some brand new titles as well as some other familiar names. So some of the new ones include a dark fantasy called Master Detective Archives, Rain Code, a city building castle defender Factorio, a mystery solving game with an old school feel, Ib, and a really interesting crossover with Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. I was not expecting that one when it popped up. But
it's kind of an interesting little logo there. I mean,
yeah,
you think he's not in a panel van with candy? I'd be worried about him.
Yeah, right. Let's go to my van. You'll never see your parents again. Whoa, 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 whoa. There are some green tunnels I do not want to go down. Thank you very
No.
much. So at least with that, we are going to get some remakes to look forward to. So shout out to one of the last presentations and maybe one of our contributors' favorite game or character. Maybe we're going to get an upgraded Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and one of the other, I'd say, really big ones is dun 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 dun. Goldeneye.
Yeah.
64's Goldeneye is getting revamped. So it is going to be releasing on the Switch and on Xbox, along with Game Pass. However, bit of a caveat is going to be only the Switch is going to have the multiplayer access, while the Xbox and Game Pass version will be local multiplayer only. So, womp womp.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the same time, that kind of gives it like the old couch co-op feel. But in 2022, what did you really have to do to not have multiplayer like on everything? Excuse me, or at least like, you know, on Xbox. But oh well, I mean, we're still getting a revamped GoldenEye, so fuck it. Grab your controllers, find a couple other friends if you got some, and just sit down and play some GoldenEye. Just make sure it's a no odd job, golden gun only, and just keep it going from there.
I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say I think they're fans of the show. Because how many times have we brought up the need of having this game brought back? How many times, how many months have we talked about this since? So we appreciate you, Nintendo, for watching.
Yeah, exactly.
The show
hey,
here.
Thanks for looking out. We appreciate it, and you're welcome. So
we're
just
here every month for game ideas. Every month, check us out.
Some residuals would be nice. Come on now. Come on.
Venmo me.
Yeah, please. God, we could kick up the production so much. we do great with what we got. Don't pop in again, Greg. I don't. That look scares me. Fuck's sake.
Even Wayne's World started somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Good old product placement.
Yeah.
So the Switch is also going to be receiving Life is Strange Arcadia Bay Collection. So this is going to include both Life is Strange Remastered and Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered. And I really only wanted to pick that out because that was actually one that we did for the podcast, was the first one. And Justin, hands down, awesome story game. You know, and it's like, it's a butterfly effect. So whatever you choose has a huge impact down the line. People die.
Ooh, nice. Well, I mean, people.
Yeah.
It's a game. It's a game. People can die.
Exactly.
People can die.
Exactly. They do. They do. Fuck. We opened up with Modern Warfare 2. If that's not talking about like people die, just remember it's no Russian. Now, something I find really cool that's actually coming to the Switch is going to be Resident Evil series. So they've been rolling out a lot of these remakes over the past couple years, and we've hit like one or two on the podcast and like the originals, but still like having a series like this come over to the Switch is huge because you don't really find a whole lot of like rated M games. And for fuck's sake, you're getting Resident Evil 8 Village, 7 Biohazard, as well as 2 and 3, all on the Switch cloud. So you'll just have to kind of stream that along off of that. But still, it's fucking Resident Evil on the Switch. It's portable, so you can shake your pants on the go. Congratulations!
Right there on the Metro bus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh no, there's it's all right. There's probably a guy in the back. It's like, you can add it to mine. It's like, oh god, fucking Stinky Jim is making his appearance once again. So we're also going to be getting some new titles with some notoriety, including a brand new Fire Emblem, a brand new Pikmin, and Fatal Frame, which I think that's the first last one, whichever it was like 20 years ago. And I mean, really, I think that's probably all the ones for Nintendo. Oh, wait a minute, that's right, motherfucking Zelda, a brand new Legend of Zelda. It's the predecessor, or the new one following after Breath of the Wild. So you're looking at Tears of the Kingdom, or Tears if you don't understand enunciation. You do what you want with it. So at least with this, we did get a tiny peek at Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We didn't get to see much, but at least what we do know is that it's coming out May 12th of next year. And I know that was something that people were excited for. It's like, all right, when can I actually play this damn game? So you got a few months ahead of you, but at least there's a an end in sight when it comes to it. Obviously there's some more, but that we didn't cover here, but the show's only so long and they spent 45 minutes for it. So don't get mad if I didn't say the one you're really looking forward to, but for God's sake, 007 and a new Legend of Zelda, don't get off my ass. I'll make you. It's rude.
Just back up, man.
Yeah,
back up.
Give me some space. Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah. Keep my game out your mouth.
It was a joke. That's sad. I kind of feel half bad making fun of it, but too bad. We're here now.
Yeah, we're not past the Will Smith jokes yet.
No, not yet. Needed at least a year, but we're getting there. So at least from that, now we can switch over. And also yesterday with trying to compete and be like, look at what we can do. We had a state of play. So their showcase was a bit shorter. I think it only ran about 20 minutes or so, but it still gave us some titles to look forward to. Yes. So it wouldn't be a state of play if we didn't see a couple PSVR titles or PSVR 2. DeMeo, that kind of gives a feeling of like a tabletop RPG. And kind of like a live action Dungeons and Dragons almost, which as a big ass D&D nerd back in the day, totally cool with that. And also an enhanced version of Star Wars, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, which it's a VR Star Wars game that I believe was already out years ago, but now it's starting to get a refresh with it. So I'm curious to see what the PSVR 2 has in store for us. One that I thought actually looked really neat is a newcomer. Ironwood Studios will have their debut title, Pacific Drive.
Yes.
So it's a run-based first-person survival game, and it kind of had this like otherworldly look to it, still based on Earth, but some scary shit goes down and you just have to try to not die. Okay.
And you drive. So
yeah.
It was interesting when that one was actually shown on there. So
yeah.
People were trying to figure it out from what I was seeing in the comments, everything like that. But the graphics look really great on it.
Yeah, I like the transition of moving inside and outside of the car, and it looks like they'll still have you have to go outside of the car and explore a little bit more to kind of like, I guess, restock or do repairs to the car or whatnot. But as for a like brand new title from a brand new studio, I can't imagine the price point being like too crazy. So that's definitely, if it's like $20-$30, I'd throw that at it just to give it a shot. You never know how that's going to turn out.
Yeah. I had the interest peaked a little bit there. Yeah, especially like the shot you got there with the wilderness and the scenic backgrounds and stuff that it actually had and everything. So
right.
Yeah,
definitely. So we also got to look at some new titles from Japan, like Sin Duality, which is kind of like a...
That sounded like a dirty word when you said it there.
Yeah, no, Sin Duality. It's like, oh, shit. Fuck, some ASMR shit going on there. Congratulations, I'm on Pornhub now. Or again, whoever you're talking
I thought it was something from the Catholic Church, sin duality. Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, if we're gonna need all cancel, we might have to go all the way out for it. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's nuts. I think that's called sin contradiction.
Yeah.
Stop in there. I already had 3 more, but that's too much. That's too much.
We've gone too far.
Another one is Stellar Blade, which I think was originally called Project Eve. That's been in development for a couple years, but went under a name change and some, I think, some upgrades somewhere. And now we're looking at that. Mm-hmm. Also, as a first in the US, there's going to be a remake of Like a Dragon, Ishin. So that was a game that was only available on, well, it was on PS3, PS4, but only available in Japan. Like you could not get it unless you had a cracked system, and I would be surprised if there was other subtitles, but you never know. But still pretty neat. Along with that, the State of Play also provided some new games from some well-known series. So we really finally got our first real look at Tekken 8 in action from Bandai Namco. So it really wasn't too much, you know. It was like a minute or so trailer, but from what it looked like, that's actually some of the graphics that you're going to be seeing, like when you're playing and fighting people. And if that's the case, then it looks really fucking good.
yeah, it was fantastic graphics of that one. I'm going to be interested to see if it'll be Tekken 8 or Street Fighter that ends up winning out, because the new Street Fighter will be coming out too, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are like, I mean, that's old school back in the arcade games that we used to play in the stand-up editions. And what are you, YZ, AA? What are we on now for the generations that never saw an arcade? Back in the day, we used to have these big box consoles, and we would stand there and play.
Yeah.
And we used to play these in these big little box consoles.
Back in my day, we had a joystick and 6 buttons.
Yeah.
And then you called your friend names that you cannot repeat anymore.
And all the moves had secret combinations. Yeah. Down, left, right, down, left, button B.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Stop spamming flow kick. How dare you?
Try hacking without a keyboard.
Anyway. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So of course, like any other information was pretty vague. So we'll just have to, as they told us, stay tuned. Now, this is where it got me. And they said, we have one more announcement. And then I did post this in our chat. I'm like, I really thought the last announcement was a controller. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. How after all this, it's just a new God of War controller. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks neat. Like I'd buy that. But even better than that, we did get a trailer for the brand new God of War Ragnarok. And not only a trailer, it was like a whole 3-minute trailer of what we can look forward to in the highly anticipated continuation in this series. And then why wouldn't they have a badass controller to accompany it? I mean,
right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And even better, we know the wait's not going to be that long. It's dropping on November 9th. So you only have like a month and a half to wait. And it looked, from the trailer, that looked like an interesting way to start taking the story. You kind of start to see a little bit of a shift in the dynamic between, the two characters. So I'm really curious to see where that's going to go.
Here's my thing. I'm like, where is this mystical place of Ragnarok? Because first Thor was there, and now we got Kratos there. Like, where's everybody going to Ragnarok? Like, what is going on in this place? And why can't I find it? I mean, is it hidden? Like, looking for the Black Panther's kingdom? Like, you can't find it because it's like all hidden in between everything. I'm like, what's going on? Everybody's going to Ragnarok. I'm like, who's going to be there next?
Yeah, it has to be somewhere somewhere no one goes. Like Iowa,
like an underground club in New York, trying to find out where this place is.
Exactly.
The passwords like Fight Club. Nobody talks about Ragnarok.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's the password? thunder in my pants. All right, come on in. You're good. You're good. Now, one that I did not.
That was my thing there too. Like he's gonna run into Thor. They're gonna be hanging at the club together.
Thor is in Ragnarok because when I was looking up to try to like just get a little bit of info on it, they have a fat Thor, and he's sitting there, just a big fat ginger Thor who's probably going to be just like a goddamn juggernaut because that's what us fat guys do. It's like don't disrespect it. Kratos gonna die. I'm just kidding. If it happens, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. Like 2 months ahead of time.
The God of War versus the Norse god. Be
Yeah.
interesting. If you
Yeah.
get your tickets here. Get your
Exactly.
tickets there,
Come on. Now, at least one that I did want to throw in that after I had everything prepped up, I forgot to put in is going to be a new Crisis Core, basically like a prequel to Final Fantasy VII, which also just had its like remake that launched, this past year, and it's just like such an interesting story. I can't wait to see what happened like a little bit before you get to meet like Zack again, go through with Sephiroth and Cloud. I just had to throw that in for like a quick second because otherwise I'm sure if like one or two of my friends, if they're watching this, they're going to be like, Steve, you stupid bitch, what you missed it. I brought it up at the end. Yeah, exactly. I may still be a stupid bitch, but at least I talked about it. That's okay. I'm not mad at it. I said it. All right. Well, I mean, that's gonna do it. Rod, always a pleasure with the news. Appreciate you, my friend. And maybe I'll see you in a little bit.
Maybe.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Art Eddie here from Art of Fatherhood. So good to be back, chilling with everybody, talking about some video games. Thanks to Steve and Rod for bringing us the news, and of course, Greg, giving him that look. Greg's a parent, so he's got that look down pat. Like, if you get that look from, if dad or mom gives that look to the kids, you got to stop joking around and listen to what dad is saying. So, love that. We're going to have Steve, Rod, Panda making his debut, which is so cool, and Victor. So let's bring them on right now. We're going to get into it. We've got 3 topics. We might even go into the 4th one if we got time. Maybe Bad Bath and Beyond. I don't know. We have a good day so far. We got Victor. We got Panda. His debut, everybody.
Yo!
Let's give a round of applause for Panda being in here. We got Rod. Oh, hey, look, he's back. And Steve.
Oh, shit.
Steve, congrats on running from the news desk to the library. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. I mean, I'm out of breath, but it's totally fucking worth it.
I love the fact that, like, behind the scenes, maybe breaking down the 4th wall or something. We were talking about something you said. Victor's like, is he going to get canceled? I'm like, no, as long as he saved himself on his last checkpoint, we'll be all good. We'll be good right there. Gentlemen, it's always good to have you on here talking, just cutting things up about video games. We're going to talk, the first topic is going to be the latest games that you were playing. I'm going to show you mine right here. I got this recently. It's the Turtles Cowabunga collection. We were talking about Goldeneye, right? Yeah, they're listening to us because we keep on. I'm one of the people that's on the soapbox, like pounding the fact that we need more Goldeneye, and the fact that he was at no odd jobs or Golden Guns. Such an OG move right there. But I saw this and I'm like, I have to pick this up. I know that you can get some of the Turtle games on the arcade 1-up, which is an awesome idea to have in your game room, but I don't have any more room for that stuff. But this is great because you play like all the different games and all that. So that's one of the games I'm playing right now. Victor, to you, man, what are you playing? Like, what are you guys digging right now in your household?
Trying to pull up the video or the picture. But right now, one night I was just scrolling through like the games that are like free on the Xbox, and then I found this one. I don't know if you see it, Super Animal Royale, and it's just like Fortnite, but it's like cute little animals. So I'm a fox going around picking up weapons, shooting like pandas and squirrels and whatnot.
You are handsome. I'll give you that.
Foxy man.
Exactly. Silver fox indeed.
But it's kind of cool.
Hey, you
'cause,
got
I mean,
that silver there thing going. You're like a silver
Yeah.
fox, my man.
there you go. Thank you.
Golden girls will love you.
Thank you for being a friend.
And then I shoot them. But no, it's kind of cool because it's like the same game. Like they drop you off, you like parachute down, and then you find weapons, and you build up your supplies and just go around, trying to stay the last one alive. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's kind of cute to watch. And I mean, I'd rather have my kids playing that one than Fortnite.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of. It doesn't look as bad seeing like little animals get shot up than as opposed to people.
Don't shoot people, but animals. Yeah.
Peter doesn't mind at all.
That's how you eat. If we lived in the woods, that's how you eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, I mean, you could eat people too, but I mean, to each their own.
But bring up the fact that like I think one of the things that I kind of spaced out on until like last month was that if you are part of a gaming system, for me, I'm under the PS5. I got Tony Hawk 1 and 2 for free. I was like, it can't be for free, right? And I even put it in a chat. I'm like, hey, FYI. And my kids were like, this is another great way. Like, obviously, I write a site about, in a podcast about fatherhood, but like my daughters came in, my youngest, she and I were playing this. She's like, how do you do this move? How do you do that move? And then all of a sudden, she's like kicking my butt, like doing better moves and stuff. But so always check out like the fact that you can buy or you can get free games through your subscription. Just make sure you scroll through that because every month they feel like they have that. You're nodding your head, Steve. What did you get?
So I also downloaded Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. When I saw that as a free game, I fucking flipped. I played this so much as a kid, and actually, I have to credit these games because they're actually like the games that started my music taste. And it's like kind of going down the road. It's fuck. I got excited. But yeah,
Let me see your hands this time. Let me see
Hands
your
up,
hands.
hands up.
There you go. All right, cool. I'm making sure.
Fuck. But yeah, so I started playing that. That's kind of like my casual in between. I have like a little bit of time to kind of throw at something. I actually just finished up The Outer Worlds, which is basically like Fallout but in outer space. And upcoming on the podcast. Look forward to it soon.
Shout out the podcast.
Yeah, it's super fun game review podcast. Go try to remember that, or SFG RPG. But yeah, so that's
LOL.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that just took like so much time because like you can get through the main story in like 10-12 hours, but it's like side missions galore, and I just love to steal shit, so I have to look in every single corner of the game, and it's just like, oh, that I'll never use it. Give me it.
Victor shooting up animals, you're stealing shit. That's great.
Yeah. Exactly. Didn't you know we're banditos?
It
All right,
take an hour because you're looking in every single corner for something.
Yep. And that's
We're
how you
gonna
get the good
best-
shit.
We're going to save the best for last with Panda, but Rod, what are you playing right now? What is the latest thing you've been checking out and vibing
One's
to?
killing animals, one's stealing shit. I just kill people, so I'm on Warzone. So with me, it's funny you mentioned the downloads because I have the PlayStation Extra. So when they came out with this whole package, it was like, oh, and I got the Tony Hawk as well, but I haven't played it yet. But it was like, oh, there's all these Assassin's Creed games. Let me get all of these. Let me get all these other ones. Let me get the Spider-Man game. Let me get the Miles Morales. I'm getting all these different things. Yet I still end up playing Warzone most of the time. So I've been big into playing that, being addicted into that so much that now we're part of a league on some stuff when we play it. It's kind of like it just becomes enthralling to you. It's supposed to be a relaxing time to game. And I don't think I've ever cursed more in a game than playing Warzone, probably, right? So the crew that we have in there is the cuss and fuss crew when you play Warzone. So either cussing or fussing, and it's kind of like, I was like, what are you doing? I'm relaxing over here, like freaking sounding like Jerry was not George on Seinfeld's dad or something. Jerry Stiller, like, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Serenity now.
Yeah. But
you bring up
Warzone's
a great point, Rod. Though we'll get to Panda in 1 second. Just like all the streaming services, like, hey, do you watch this show? Like, I haven't checked this out yet. Like, I'm still trying to catch up on the other show. Like during the pandemic, especially if you bought a new console, if you're lucky enough to like get one, and you're like, I got like a handful of games. Come on, we need more. And now there's a point where the games are starting to come out, but also too, they're like doing all these retro stuff, and you're like, now you're like, this is the opposite. Like, where do I go? Where do I play? And then you're like, I could download all this stuff. I could play it. Like now I'm gonna play the one like my true love right now because I have so much fun playing that. Right, so that's where you're at. And I totally get it.
Yeah. So Warzone's been kind of the main play, and then I have gotten more of a love into FIFA. So I've been playing FIFA 22 a lot because I started picking up kind of over the last year more involved in watching football from overseas. The proper word, as I've been told, football, not soccer, because that's just for us American degenerates. But
because they actually use their
football.
feet.
So I've got pretty big into Premier League and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool because back in the day when I used to play Madden, I learned many of the NFL players doing that, just like I did with NHL hockey. I didn't watch hockey as much, but I knew all the players because I was playing the game. So now I'm learning all these different people playing FIFA. So that's been my second game. Yeah.
That's another game. Like my daughters and I love playing NHL 22. All right. Thank you very much, Rod, for that. Without further ado, we are so happy to have the inaugural edition of Panda on there. Welcome to the show. What are you playing, sir?
I'm welcome. I've been playing Apex Legends. If you haven't heard about it, it's like a battle royale shooter. It's like Modern Warfare, but like with like heroes. So they have like heroes that can like heal and stuff, and like have all these abilities. I've been playing that lately. I've been playing some Overwatch lately.
Okay.
I've been playing some Overwatch with Slothy.
Okay.
Waiting for Overwatch 2 in about a month. That
My man.
Holy. Blizzard,
there.
please.
What are you most excited about with all the news that was breaking? What were you like? Just like I can't wait for this.
Talk about Overwatch. Like, can't wait for.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really just wait for that. Like, just want to jump in and play, man. But it's cool that they're doing free to play just to get more people in. They're trying to. It seems like they're trying to make more money wise. By doing Battle Pass, you know, trying to. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're just trying to make. Sorry.
You know, and you're also playing like Elder.
Sorry,
Ring, Miles.
I'm
Morales,
I'm
right?
just nervous a little bit.
Don't let your dad make
How
you
dare
nervous.
you.
My bad.
be you, Pen. Don't let your dad make you nervous on here. Just be you.
Exactly. You give him the
Yeah,
side eye.
especially.
Don't get nervous with the 10 people watching.
And people are getting mad at Blizzard because they made them open all their loot boxes. So I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, people had like thousands or like hundreds of loot boxes, and they had to open all of them because they're like, no loot boxes, no more currency in the game. We're gonna have new currency. You're gonna have to buy skins from the shop or the battle pass, and also apparently heroes too, which you're gonna have to buy heroes in the battle pass. I don't see how. I guess we'll see how that works. I don't know if you can like, you know, buy the battle pass or buy it later, or it's just gone. Like the hero's just gone forever.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. Whatever's going to make more money, that's what they're going to do.
True. Very true. They are Blizzard, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like they released Diablo Immortal and you just pay for fucking everything anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to step on you, man.
Yeah, isn't it like $60 for every new Call of Duty coming out? Or
Yeah, bump that up.
I guess
a
they
little
stopped every year
Yeah.
now. It's every like 2 years.
Every
or
year they
something
do
down the road
new thing. Yeah.
somewhere.
bit. Right. Is it Infinity Ward or Treyarch? I don't know. You're still paying us money. Fuck you.
Panda, let me ask you this, because you know you're on your dad playing video games and all this other stuff, and you see us old heads talking about stuff about retro games and all this other stuff. What's the funniest thing that you see us talking about video games? Like, what are these old people talking about?
He's been calling old.
Yeah.
Shut up, let him answer.
Probably the arcade machines, I guess.
The box,
I don't
the
know.
console box.
Well, like, I know they exist, and it's like I don't know. I guess. I don't know.
Oh no.
It's just I don't know. I guess it's just crazy to think that like, you know, you used to like go to a place and they had like all these games. They don't have like one dedicated box now, one dedicated like, you know, PlayStation or console just for like hundreds of games. It's just like, you know, each like 8-foot box with like a stick and 2 buttons in a single game that's what, like 8-bit or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, they were like 16 or
bits.
32-bit. Come on.
Oh,
young man.
okay. My bad.
We want to tell them about how you just stack quarters for when you were up next in line too. Like you just stack your
Oh,
quarters out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, now I like Dave & Buster's. You just swipe a card, you can just play games. Like they totally moved on from quarters. They're like, nah, we don't need quarter machines anymore.
You gotta walk around with like
Quarters are
fucking
kind of lame now.
$10 worth of like loose quarters in your pocket. Your pants are falling
Exactly,
down
like-
halfway off your ass, or you're just like, but I
Literally-
gotta do my fatality.
You don't have that little quarter thing on the side?
Oh, the
Get your
little
quarters out?
That's the pro move.
The kids of today don't know the trauma when you're like in the middle of a game, you got the countdown, and you can't find the damn quarters guy when you need
And
him.
you hit the wrong button. and it
Wait, there's
speeds
a
up
there's
the
a there's a
right?
timer. There's a
It
timer.
speeds up the timer.
Oh,
and all of a
yeah.
sudden you're
Yeah.
like,
There's
game
a
over.
timer. It's
Continue
not
in
like the end of the
10,
game, and you have to put
9,
another quarter in the
8,
machine. It's
7.
just a timer.
If
Wow.
you didn't continue, you went back, you were out, you had to start all over again.
I can only
Yeah.
imagine having like a stack of quarters on the machine, like they're like the stick,
Not wrong.
This is great.
and then
You're not
knocking
wrong.
it over and being like, "Oh crap, where are all my quarters?"
God, it's the
I
trauma.
can,
of
I can
my
only
childhood.
imagine.
Not to mention to balance the slice of pizza while
But
you're
now it's
eating
like
and playing.
all one block.
Some arcades wouldn't let you bring in any food whatsoever because you had that one
Oh.
dude that always be like dropping his big Slurpee or his like big gulp, and you're like, "Yep,
Yeah.
like not happening anymore."
That's why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. Now it's
Those
extra
guys were always
sticky.
named Frank. I think Frank
Yeah.
was their name.
Panda, thanks so much for sharing the insight on us old heads and like what's so funny in the video game
Really.
world. Appreciate that. And we also, I also asked you like what what you're looking forward to with all the news came out. Victor, how about you first, and we'll go to Rod and Steve. What are you most like excited for with the news that came out?
Well, I don't have a new system yet. I'm still, since Nintendo is watching us, hopefully they can send me a Switch. But
Do it.
you know what? The God of War. I've always been a fan of the God of War games. I mean, that's what even my screen name is, Kratos. But I really want to play those games, and I end up just watching videos of them on YouTube because I don't have the system yet. But I mean, that's something I'll be excited to play once the day happens when I go into like a Walmart or Best Buy and there's a PlayStation 5 sitting there and like no one's touching it, and I can buy it. But
Yeah.
we'll see. One day, I can dream.
All right, Rod and Steve, just quickly to you guys. What do you like? Just like one or two games or titles. I mean, obviously Modern Warfare, as we heard,
Right,
you guys
so-
breaking down the news. But is there anything else?
Well, Modern Warfare 2, which I'll be playing the beta this weekend. I'll be streaming that on the channel and stuff. But Warzone 2, which will be coming out here as well. I'm looking forward to that being a big play out there. I used to be into some of the fighting games. I thought like Tekken 8 possibly, but it's funny. Like I feel like the fighting games like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, I almost prefer to have somebody there with me to play because
Mhm.
we're old school. We talk shit when we play.
Yep.
And you got to have a person there. And like, it's not the same when you're talking through the microphone. You want to have somebody right there so you can be in their face or do your silly dance, whatever you're going to do when you take them out, So,
It's not the same getting beat up by like a 10-year-old
yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
that has all day to play.
Like, oh, good game. Oh, you're just a little bitch. It's like, who the fuck's Are you allowed to be awake?
You kiss your mom with that mouth?
Yeah, because I do.
Oh.
Just kind of going with that too, with the idea of like certain games and all that good stuff. Like I can't wait for Goldeneye. There was a video of a dad showing his son Goldeneye, and his son's like, what is this? It's like, it's not funny. Like it's like, look at these graphics. He's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and just get ready for a beat. And the son's like, whatever. He's like, you think this is a fun game? He's like, just wait. Just wait.
It'll be a lot more fun when I see the look on your face.
Yeah.
Karate slap.
And that's why you got to have that person there in person to be able to do that. That makes it that much
Exactly.
more funner. Yeah.
Yeah, humble
All
them
right.
a little bit.
This is now like our last segment. It's like the confessions section. You were talking about the church and all that other stuff with that. A couple of those words. You're like, is that from the church? We're going to talk a little about confessions in games that you're not really looking like everyone's hyped about, but you're not. I'll say for me, like Call of Duty. I bought one time. I forgot which one it was, which version. I played it. I'm like, nah. I gave it to my friend. I'm like, I know you're wanting this game. Go ahead. He's like, yeah, take it. It's like, cool. Call of Duty for some stupid reason. Like, I love Battlefront. Maybe because I'm a Star Wars geek. I'm like, that's my version of Call of Duty. But I don't know, man. I just Call of Duty. And when I had an Xbox, I never got into Halo that much. Now I'm going to run away because I'm scared. Steve, what about you, man? What is there a game that you don't mind admitting? I think I pretty much opened it up so like if anybody gets crapped on, it's me and none of you guys. So you're good.
You're good. Honestly, like a lot of the sports games just don't really do it for me anymore. It's like I used to be like a huge Madden fan, like up until like 06, 08 maybe, like around
Yep.
there, and then after that it just feels like a lot of like rinse and repeat. And I know like a lot of the sports games like the 2Ks or something else have like, you know, such a following, and I've gotten like one or two of the free ones on you know, PlayStation Store when they do like the free games for the month, and it just doesn't do the same thing anymore. I'd rather hop on Modern Warfare 2 with Rod, shoot a couple people in the face, and be like, now I feel accomplished, instead of just like 3 from downtown. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Unless maybe NBA Jam. Hey, can we keep talking about NBA Jam so maybe we get like another revamped version of that?
Exactly. That should be next up.
Yeah. Yep. No, I see it back there. It's like, I'd rather be playing that. Because I just feel like it gets too much in like these other like side modes, and it just overcomplicates like the sport itself. It's like, oh, be a manager. It's like, cool, let me run a business that I have nothing over, and I can lose hair over that too. Awesome.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because one of the Mads, I think they said like the manager mode, like you can change the price of concessions. Yeah, I'm really gonna raise the prices because I hate when going to a sporting event, I'm paying $7 for a hot dog that's been cooking for like 3.5 hours.
Right.
I'm good. That's just gonna that's gonna traumatize me for all the money I overspend when I go to a game. I'm good. Thanks.
Exactly. This is how I'm gonna stick it to everybody else. $17 for a hot dog. Fuck you, fuck your family.
You made a pixel person at the game. Guess what? You're gonna feel my pain. Not really, but I'm gonna pretend you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's like playing The Sims and having someone go and swimming, and then you take out the ladder for them to get out, and then they just drown in the pool because it's like, you know what? I always fucking hated you, Bethany. Too bad. You die now. Yeah.
I used to have Roller Coaster Tycoon, and then whenever it rained, I would up the price of umbrellas. And they would sell because no one wanted to get wet.
Oh,
all right. So Montgomery Burns, will stick with you. What game is like you have no desire to play?
I'm gonna go with you, man. The Call of Duty games. I mean, yeah, when I was younger, when I could focus properly, they were fun to play. But now it's like any first person player game, I start getting like motion sickness after a while, and I can't play them for too long. So it's like after like maybe like half hour, 45 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm getting dizzy. So I'm gonna play something else. So yeah, I can't. I mean, I used to like the shooter games a lot, but now it's like I just can't play them.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Rod.
That's all right. That's not the not having a desire for it. That's your own physical limitations.
Yeah. Panda, what about you? What is an overhyped game in your opinion, or a game that's like everyone's loving? You're like, yeah, I'm good.
Some people might get mad at me, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm thinking probably like Forza 5. Like I played 4, but I don't know. I just think like the game's kind of overhyped now. I don't know. Like, and it's still like I don't know if it's just I'm not into racing games anymore, but it seems like you drive every car and you kind of like. And I know there's a new place in Mexico, like Forza 5's in Mexico now, but I don't know. I just don't think it was as fun as it used to be.
Gotcha. Cool. Rod, what about you, man?
Yeah. Well, obviously not going to be Call of Duty, right? It's like
that would have been hilarious if that was.
You all.
I mean, at points I hate the game. I hate the game, but it's for different reasons. But I still play it. Stray. Everybody's talking about Stray. I have no desire to be a cat going around doing whatever.
Yeah, because Victor might kill you.
Yeah, he might. Was that a fox that just shot at me? Yeah. So you might. That's one that some people are looking at or playing. I'm like, yeah. I was never huge into the Final Fantasy games. I was never huge into the Legend of Zelda. So a lot of the RPG type games, I just never really found a lot of foot in there. But like the Madden. I stopped playing that years ago, and I thought about getting this year's edition just because of the anniversary. They're putting John Madden on it, which really doesn't affect me because I had a digital anyway, but it was just to say I have that version kind of thing. And then it's just like I felt like those games became so basic after they screwed everybody else out of the industry. Because back when they had competition, when you had 4 or 5 different developers on football games, that's when it was the prime time. When it went to just EA, and they just started, oh, okay, here's the next edition. Well, all you did was add this. Or all you did was take this away. And it was just like, you're not changing anything. And we're still throwing out $60 a year. So I kind of got off that bandwagon. But I would say some of the RPGs, like stuff like that. God of War, I've never been a huge person of. I do have it on some of the systems. I just haven't really gotten into it on some of the parts. A lot of people were playing that. What is it? I want to say the one with the chick, the Horizon Dawn.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
I've never
Horizon
played
Zero
that
Dawn.
game. I never really got into wanting to play that game, so I never played that one. So
Great
I know they
games.
came out with another version, so I just haven't gotten into it. And Far Cry is another one that people love to play. I just never fully finished.
Cool. I appreciate everybody's confessions. I think you guys are all still a good Gil. The other guy from Fan Dads, he said this year's edition of Madden is worth checking out just for the Madden tribute.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for Bo Jackson. So last year when the Bo Jackson edition came out, I'm like, I have to get it. I'm like, all right.
Well, you know what?
I
If
got
they're
the steel
listening,
plate. Great. I got the steel booklet. Yay.
if they're
This has
listening to
photos
it,
on it. All right, great.
if they're listening to us like they were before, not only NBA Jam, but bring us back a new Tecmo Bowl. That'd be freaking awesome.
Oh,
I'm surprised they don't have that on a mobile game yet. Like you should
Yeah.
have that on a mobile game. Like, no.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about football games, I always think of Pigskin. I don't know if you guys remember. It was like a Viking. You could rip people's heads off while you're running with the ball and stuff like that.
Like,
I only saw it in the arcades.
Tendencies, Victor. I'm just
God.
saying. I mean, I know I play Modern Warfare, but you got some violent tendencies hidden there.
I'm a dad of
he,
two.
he just likes to express it through like Mutant League football or something.
Right.
So that's nothing wrong there.
He's using
furry
non-human
convention.
characters, which makes it a little bit even more scarier because he's like animals and mutants.
I'd like to uppercut a deer in the face once in a while. So
Tommy boy.
bees.
Awesome. Gentlemen, thanks very much for being part of this roundtable. Panda, you did a great job on your first roundtable. Many more to come. Awesome job having you here. I'm glad you were able to hang out with us. You did a great job. For everybody else, thank you guys very much. And we'll send it over back to Greg. See ya.
All right. Thanks, fellas, for the great roundtable. Let me get rid of this here. I just need to do a little introduction. We got we just saw Panda make his debut, and that was fun. Now we have a word from Sluffy.
A couple of months ago, I was going through Steam and I saw a game called Stardoon Valley, a slow, relaxing indie farming game. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound fun. I'm more of a fast-paced sort of guy. I like games in Apex and Overwatch, not farming games. But the game was $15 and I had some leftover money, so I bought the game. And man, this game is good. Let me explain. The story starts with your grandpa saying that once you feel crushed by modern life, open this letter. And when you're working a basic dead-end 9-to-5 job, you open the letter. And in the letter, he gives you a deed to his farm in Stardoon Valley. And in 3 years, he'll check back on you and the farm. You get to work, you start cutting the grass and breaking the rocks, and the music slowly sets in. At this point, it was relaxing, but it wasn't boring. Granted, I was basically just doing chores, but it was fun. But my stamina bar was low, so I went to sleep and woke up to water my crops, and clean up the farm, and plant more seeds. Then I started looking at the best seeds with profitability and secret tax to get a better crop yield. Then I started getting watering sprinklers to automatically water my crops so I didn't have to lose my stamina, and upgrading my watering can so I can water more. And after doing this for 2 in-game years, I was addicted. It was just so fun. I almost had a max farm, barns, greenhouses, the works. I was addicted, making the best farm that I could have. And I forgot a major part of the game is to become friends with the villagers. And I think that's where Stardoon Valley really succeeds. It's just so easy just to get lost and say one more day. So I'll give Stardoon Valley my very first 7 out of 7.
Yo.
Well done.
Yo. So this is the time that I get to play since y'all been playing all hour here. First of all, games that I have no desire to play. Y'all gonna come after me probably for this one, but Elder Ring. I see Slothy and Panda play that, and that shit blows my mind how awesome it is, but it's fucking intimidating. Like for someone who not really, I mean, I'm a gamer, but I'm not like y'all. And I just like look at that, and he's stabbing himself and pulling it out, and riding a horse and fighting, and I'm just like, y'all, that's you. Another one is for the same thing, Miles Morales. Fantastic looking graphics. It looks fun as hell. But this man is jumping all around up on skyscrapers and I just feel like intimidated. So it's always with video games to me. It's that first step, y'all. Like into the game. If I get into the game, then I'm in. As y'all know, I'll just play one game for years. Ask Panda, he knows I play one game and that's it. But that's because I get so intimidated by like how awesome these games look and how like if I go spend $70 on Elden Ring, I'll get in here and be like, damn, this shit, I can't do this. And I'll be like, then there goes $70. But in my house it's cool because I got Panda and Slothy and then they'll play it or whatever. But like half the time, sometimes ask Panda and Slothy, I buy games and I'm like, I think I want it for me, and I'm like, here, y'all can take it.
This is yours now.
Right. But I will pull up and watch them play it. But I kind of get really too intimidated. I don't know if Panda remembers the first and only time I played Fortnite. I literally got in there. I panicked. I got in there and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like, what the fuck's going on? I felt like somebody was, and they were, hunting me down. And I'm just like, this is way too stressful for fucking me.
I'm coming for that ass. Oh, shit.
Right, especially now that you have like Travis Scott and Ariana Grande running around shooting each other. You know, it's kind of a little.
So some of these games are just too intimidating. So it's funny because I love GTA 4 and people say that, or GTA 5. I'm sorry, people say that that's one of those intimidating games. But for me, again, it's just about intimidating, and they're just getting worse. Another one is my family bought me Metroid.
Oh, all right.
What games do you like to play then?
That game is dope. Like, that thing running around you, that shit's scary.
Greg is on Roblox.
And what games do I play?
Candy Crush
and GTA 5.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
You just fucking say that, Art.
I mean,
if there was like a Stout Crush or a Lager Lifter, you'd be playing that, right?
You should play Tapper.
Rule Exchange, yes.
Pale Ale, close my eyes.
Wait, actually, you did play the cat game. You did play Stray.
Oh, you played Stray.
I did, but again, Stray is just so.
Yeah, it's kind of
what Rod said it is. Panda, you finished Stray, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, Stray is fun, Rod, but it's not like if you like high paced action, like modern and you know what I mean.
Candy Crush.
Like Stray is just like it'll put you to sleep. So yeah. What was the other games I'm playing now? Like Slavi says, basically it's still Overwatch mostly. I tried to jump into Stray a little bit. I still have to finish that game. I never did. And yeah, so I'm kind of a lame gamer. That's why y'all see me at the beginning and the end of the stream, because I don't have really. I mean, I just love it, and I know that people who follow me about beer and all that love gaming, and I love it too. So that's why, and I know that all y'all motherfuckers know it, and we got a great ensemble cast here. So that's why, that's really why this is all put together, is because I just love gaming, and I want y'all to help me like advance more into it. Y'all are helping. No, it's just
great. Do you have like here in around North Carolina? There's a bunch of like arcade / brewery, like like bars and stuff like that. Do you guys have that?
We have an arcade brewery, and I have yet to. I keep telling Panda and Sophie that we're going. We haven't yet. It's more about
once they bring the Candy Crush machines, you'll go, right?
We're back to that shit.
Or like Tetris.
Whatever. Art doesn't understand that I have the remove button.
Oh no!
Where'd he go? He's over here now.
I'm gonna take the elevator. See you.
Yeah, Panda. Look at art. Look at the old ancient art. Move a little bit.
Oh my!
Ancient.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
That's
when video games were at their peak, man. When you had to bug your parents for like $1 so you could go play Miss Pac-Man. I mean, those were the times, y'all. Remember
even the Nintendo, man. You had to leave that stuff on pause while you're having dinner or even overnight. It's like, all right, do not touch this TV. You can turn it off. Don't unplug the Nintendo because there's no checkpoint.
Oh yeah, you don't have save states. No. You couldn't save the game unless you. That was later. That was later down the thing, and you had to even still to save the game. You had to put in a flipping separate cartridge for that.
No, games were in black and white.
Right.
No color. Wow.
When it
Right.
first came out with Pong and stuff or whatever, yeah.
You gotta crank the video game console for the energy. It's
There was
crazy.
someone on
Right.
the screen moving the characters.
Yeah.
The clarinet.
I do find it cool when Panda and Softy get into games like what does Softy just talk about this?
Open this letter. And when you're looking at basic dead,
Like when they like games that have graphics like that, I'm like cool. Or Shovel Knight, I'm like, okay, y'all can feel me with the the old school graphics. I feel on some level, and Panda, you can respond to this. I feel on some level y'all spoiled with all these graphics. And sometimes these Nintendo games come out and y'all like, look at those graphics on that Nintendo game. That shit's amazing. I'm like, that's good shit.
I mean,
What are you talking about? You know what I mean? I think they especially brought up at that time where the graphics were just banging on these games, where a lot of these like Elden Ring and all these cutscenes look like real movies. I'm like, is this a movie or a game? I walk in on them. Like,
Are you saying Pitfall wasn't banging?
Okay.
Pitfall.
I mean, it's fair. You're basically comparing like the Victoria's
Alligator.
Secret magazine to the internet and just
Scorpion.
jumping from one to the
Yeah.
other. Like you got to have
Right.
some imagination with some.
Yeah.
Right. I asked Lofty all the time, what would you do without the internet? And he goes, die. Is it really
yeah.
it's really that cut and dry? You wouldn't just go out and have fun like we
Well,
did?
he doesn't realize when we started.
I think
gaming,
I
you
could
didn't have
survive.
the
I don't know about
internet.
Slothy though. I don't know.
Right.
Go out and play some hoop and stick. God damn it!
Right. So, Steve, the wrap is supposed to be for to talk about what just happened, but also what's going on with you and super fun podcast game review go. And I got that right, didn't I?
It's close enough.
Okay.
So
On the bottom, I should have got it right. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Missed it
Anyway,
by
go
that
on.
much.
Right. What's
So,
going on,
like,
Steve?
so this weekend we're going to be releasing our handheld retrospective because we're finally starting to wrap up on that series. Next game coming out, game review is going to be The Outer Worlds. So a little pre-spoiler for people who actually watch this because our fans only find out the episode beforehand. One other thing I do want to mention though is actually we're starting to ramp up a little bit more interactivity. So if you just check out any of our social medias like Facebook, Instagram, whatnot, you can actually sign up. We have a podcast Discord where myself and the three other guys are interacting with fans, chatting back and forth. And also check out our giveaway because we're actually going to be doing a $50 gift card for a console or a platform for your choice. So whether you want for like the PlayStation Store, Game Pass, Steam card, whatever it is, there's a few different ways you can get some extra entries for that, and that's running for the next couple months. So it's fun, and we got some extra stuff we're working on in the pipeline for some extra content, not necessarily exactly video game related, but more to follow on that one.
Nice. Cool. Yo, Rod, what's going on? And over at Rod J Beer Review, Beer Ventures, what's going on?
Am I doing the beer or the gaming?
Well, you're telling us whatever, man. What's going on? What's
Well,
up?
on the gaming, as I mentioned earlier, starting Friday, I'll be streaming Modern Warfare 2 almost on a daily basis at some point, usually in the evenings. So I'll be rolling out with the beta to see how that all looks, getting pumped up for when they do the full release. And
Rod, do you have a Twitch? Is it on Twitch where this happens?
YouTube, right there, YouTube, Rod J Gaming. So yeah,
Check them out.
and so and then also I post stuff there on the Facebook page, Rod J Gaming, as well as on Twitter. There's a Rod J Gaming site there, but mainly everything is off of YouTube. And so we'll be rolling with that. And then over on the Beer Ventures site, I'll be dropping more beers. And this weekend, actually, it's kind of funny because I just broke them out of the cellar. I have a couple Game of Thrones beers that I decided to crack open because they started a new Game of Thrones show. So I got the Hand of the Queen and King in the North that I'll be sharing tomorrow and Friday. And it's funny because I don't watch Game of Thrones. My wife does. I never got into it, but PreOrder gave me some damn good beers under the Game of Thrones label, so I've been drinking a lot of their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Art, what is new and going on at the Art of Fatherhood? You dropped something that I was involved in.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, this week, Monday, the podcast release was with Henry Selick. He worked with Key and Peele for their new movie Wendell in the Wild. You'll know probably Henry Selick from directing Nightmare Before Christmas with Tim Burton and all that good stuff. I talked to him about obviously fatherhood, but just the new project and stop motion and all that good stuff. Next week, I got David Pollock from ESPN Game Day, College Game Day. You can check that out. But the thing that you were involved in, and going back to sports games, our good friend Roberto Santiago was doing the 40 for 40 race. We're going back to like old people, like old heads again. And kind of like in, the NFL, the combine that you did the 40-yard dash. Well, he wanted to see if anybody wanted to run this, the 40-yard dash for money and for charity to raise up, for your own cause, all that good stuff. So that was good times. You ran, I ran, Victor ran. I ran like 75 yards because I'm an idiot, because I was like thinking it was like further. And another guy, John, who I work with, from time to time, he's like, dude, I think you ran way too far. I was like, all right.
Right.
But it coincided with, I did a thing called, and you were involved in it too, instead of the Madden rankings, it was the Dadden rankings. And so this was the speed edition. So we did the Dadden speed edition based on who ran the best times. And thanks to all his hard work and, creating that fundraiser, Roberto had the best time. John Finkel came in second. And who came in third? Jonathan Hazel Grove.
Yes.
He came in third, man. So congrats to those top three runner dads. You have the 99, 98, 98 speed rating in dad. Good job to you guys.
Nice.
And we raised one. Yeah, we did this on my
over $1,300.
Yeah,
awesome.
Like $1,500. So yeah, Steve, and we're gonna do it next year. But I know you're not gonna be 40, but we're gonna try to do it and perpetuate. We're gonna try to do it for years to come. So when you're 40, we're gonna recruit you.
5 years, I'll be right there with you.
You can make an ass out of yourself like Victor and Art and I just did. Speaking of making an ass out of himself, Victor, what are y'all doing?
Wait, what?
I want to say one name, but look at this other guy. Fuck
yeah.
What a segue. Right now we got for those of you that are fans of Paw Patrol, because I know everybody is. We have a Paw Patrol giveaway going on right now on the site. I love that show. It's just the music just gets me hyped. I actually have their theme song as my running playlist. So it's such a hype song. Other than that, we have Confess Fletch reviews coming up. The new Marilyn Monroe movie on Netflix. I got a review for that coming up soon.
Oh, nice.
Clerks 3 just came out in theaters, so my review is out on that too.
Oh, I want to see that.
Snoogans.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say anything, but yeah, definitely go check it out. And then I think we've been doing a lot of reviews lately, which is kind of cool. And then I have actually a book review, which I'm going to show real quick for Disney fans. I don't know if you can see it. It's Behind the Tiara. It's all about like Disney princesses. Yeah, it's an awesome book. I mean, there's stuff in there that I'm learning that I didn't know, which is pretty cool. So I'll have that up next week too. But yeah, it's a great book. I mean, if you're a fan of Disney or just a fan of princesses, or just a fan of how things are created,
yeah,
I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, Disney's been doing that shit for over 100 years now, pretty much. Clearly over 100 now, or getting close, right? 100, and they started around 1920 Disney, so they've been doing that for Panda longer than Disney Plus.
Speaking of Disney, do you know what the first talking movie ever was?
Talking movie?
Yeah, with sounds coming from the movie.
No, Victor, that's one for you.
We just said Disney. I gave you a hint there. It's like Jeopardy. The answer is in the question. What'd you say?
Said Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, Steamboat Willie.
Oh, Steamboat Willie, right?
It was the first one with sound. Yeah.
Nailed it, Art.
All right. Any final words? Panda, anything going on with you that we should know about?
No. Just making shorts. No, just making videos and shorts for Libations and lost saves. I think I forgot L, but that's fine.
You're not.
I
You're
forgot
not
L.
supposed to have any libations.
No.
L.
If he was in Germany, he'd be okay.
Germany.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Germany.
You start like at what? Like 14, 16 or something?
7.
7. There you go. Even better.
7?
German motherfucker, do you speak it?
You go to McDonald's, you get a drink with your food.
All right, fellas. It's been another great time. I want to thank y'all for your participation, your knowledge, your experience. Like I said, I couldn't do this without you, and I wouldn't do it without you. So
Aw.
there we go with that. We respawn on October the 12th. We will see y'all next month. And again, thanks, fellas. And I hope y'all enjoyed the 7th volume of
Lucky
Lag.
number.
I was going to
7.
tell you, Greg, if you want to feel a little more comfortable about your gaming, you can get Wheel of Fortune and Family Feud now on PlayStation 2.
Yo, don't even joke. I'll fucks with some Wheel of Fortune. I like to buy a vowel.
Mhm.
And on
You
that,
the Candy Crush.
and on that note.